I'm the father of the bride. And to say the least, the last 2 days have been dynamic. It's been stressful, dynamic works. And since I only have 39 seconds to get started, you are love to me from your beginning to when time ceases. You, Brandon, are, as they say in days of lore, comes the hour, comes the man. And together, your love, which is my wishes, will last to the farthest range of the universe, and that your happiness shall not cease to light all of our lives.
Okay. Just so you know, I'm the mother of the bride. In case you doubt, look at my complexion. Anyhow, I follow that. My husband is the romantic poet, and I'm the practical one. The kids need their bikes put together, I do it. They need a home to celebrate life, he doesn't. I don't understand half the shit he writes. But he is my poet laureate. That's for the record, we've been together for 45 years. So I'm going to have more insight on this marriage thing, which we'll get to later. I had all this stuff. You know, I was going to say another word because my son's in the Navy. But anyhow, Chris, the guy that married them, he took it all away. So you now understand how they met and what they think about each other, so I can cut that off my list. So I just saved you 2 minutes, okay? So you get the partying sooner. But first off, or second off, third off, wherever we are, I want to thank all of you for coming. It's really, really heartfelt. It's very touching that you traveled all this way to celebrate their wedding and celebrate them. They're a wonderful couple, clearly very much in love with each other. They're soulmates. And so it's very, very special to us that you came all this way to celebrate with them. And as I said, it's very clear that they're soulmates, they have some shared interests. I don't need to say anything about sports. Josh touched it. I mean, you know, I was going to say Brandon's clearly an athlete, you know, watch him hop around here. But shit, that's covered, I don't need to touch it. But from the other half of the family, you need to know, for those who don't know, not only was he a good football player at San Diego State, he had a tryout with the NFL.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, yes, he did. And for those of you that don't know Elise, goalkeeper of the Memphis Tigers, the goalkeeper. My kids don't know this, but I used to Google them. You find out all the records she has.
Right.
Yeah. Christopher, where the hell are you? You're so big, how can I lose you? There you are. Check out November 3rd, 2007, Navy, Notre Dame football game, please. But anyhow, not only was she a great goalkeeper, but some of you don't know that she was a fantastic ski racer, gymnast, volleyball player. In fact, ski racing was her best sport, but she gave it up because she didn't like the cold. Funny thing, Brandon doesn't like the cold either. They come up in the winter and visit us for Christmas. Holy shit, it's cold out here. So they put on coats and they put coats on their dogs. Did you put the pictures out of the dogs? Yeah, there's pictures. Their dogs have coats on. Who puts coats on their dogs? I mean, a real dog can deal with that. But you know, that's because they are fashionistas. And what's amazing is we all knew she was a fashionista, but who knew this dude was a fashionista? He's got more shoes than she has. He owns more shoes than Elise. Elise Davis.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, don't correct me. Yeah. But they have a lot of shared interests. So athletics, obviously, as I said, Josh covered it. Fashion. They're very passionate. I think someone mentioned that. They are so passionate about their work. They are so dedicated. When they do something, the job is done right. They're unbelievable in their work ethic. So very admirable. But there's some ways they're not quite alike. One of them really likes to organize and clean. And if she can't, she can't find a place for her stuff, she donates it. The other one, not so much. You know, the man has like 12 sets of tools that no one should have but 2. I mean, ask my cousin, he's a contractor. I mean, how many circular saws do you own, sir?
10.
If you need a microwave, the man's got 3 in the closet. Is that 4?
4 microwaves.
Yeah. You know, it's okay with me because when he finds those lost tools, I can't find them. He shows up at my house, I get 3 tape measures. What the hell do I need to do with 3 tape measures? I put it where I can find it. I only need 1. Yeah, it's a hoot. It's amazing to me. The best thing, though, so they have many shared interests. Their dogs. God love their dogs. They are so well trained. You heard from Chris. He talked about how they met during the pandemic and that kind of fast forward, they're getting to know each other because when you quarantine with somebody, you shelter in place, whatever it's called in the military, you really get to know somebody. They've had a few challenges, they successfully navigated them, and they're stronger and better for it. But they got some dogs, they're called 2 Dobermans to go with it. You know, there's a man bag and there's a man dog, it's called a min pin. Copper was his min pin, and now they have 2 Dobies. They're lovely dogs, they're wonderful dogs. They're great, they're well trained, and they're also well dressed. So, anyhow, it's pretty cool. These folks have a lot of fun together. They laugh a lot, they talk a lot, and this is very good for a relationship. In fact, it's probably the most important thing is to have fun together.
Right.
So I'm allowed as the mother of the bride, unlike the father who's very poetic, I'm very practical, down to earth. That's me, that's who I am, can't help it. I'm going to give you a little bit of mother advice without being too preachy. So I want to remind you that the people you were when you met are not the people you are today, and are not the people you'll be tomorrow. So that can be challenging to a relationship. So you really need to work and talk and to sustain your marriage. The other thing is you help each other achieve your goals and maybe become the woman you thought was possible because you're together. You have to remember that sometimes it'll be asymmetric. Sometimes Brandon's needs and wants will be prime, sometimes Elise's. And you gotta recall that in those moments, your love for self and each other can be neither too selfish or too selfless. You gotta keep it in balance. For the record, the most important thing you did today was commit yourselves to each other. And what you did today was create something I would call an us. And for my daughter Hallie, who's in college, I'm about to open up the can of grammar Nazi. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm a product of my parents, and grammar's important. Us is the object, okay? It's not the subject. It's not we, it's not I, it's not you, it's not he or she. And it requires action by the subjects, these two guys, to survive, to sustain. It cannot, requires their active participation. Us cannot exist without you. And properly tended, frankly, it will be your sanctuary, where the two of you find great joy, love, and at times solace. Now you gotta remember that us can easily be minimized as you, we, I, he, and she are off chasing windmills and succeeding. My God, I'm the best contractor in the world. I sell more wine than God himself. Us can also be waylaid, and probably most often is waylaid by me, or they, or them. With they and them being children, family, friends, etc. You gotta nurture me, they, and them, but you gotta be careful. Too much of them may lead to neglect of the us. Us can also be compromised. I don't think us can ever succeed if your very, very, very favorite pronouns are I and me. So if your pronouns are I and me, just walk out the door. That's it ain't gonna work. I'm sorry, did I say ain't? Oh my God, my mother's rolling over in her grave.
Yeah.
Yes,
she is.
I and me should never be in your vocabulary if you're a couple. Finally, you need good communication skills with active listening and empathy to nurture the us. But commitment at the end of the day is the linchpin that keeps the us together. And let me tell you, commitment can be hard. I mean, 44 years takes a lot of commitment. Mike and Mary, how many years you been in? 50 something? Damn, Gina. Commitment can be very, very hard because life is very, very messy. We change, we face good times, we face bad times. We succeed and we fail. But I'll tell you, commitment is well worth it. Because committing to your us that you just created today in front of 30 of your family and about 100 of your second best friends, because if he and your best friend, that's a problem. But committing to us means journeying and loving throughout life with your very best friend. So it truly is well worth it. I love you both, and I'm so excited because I got another son today. One thing you know about the KP's dispensary offerings is our hearts are big and we're filled with lots and lots of people. There's family you're born to and family you have chosen, and we're delighted you chose Brandon. He is a good man. So please, people, raise your glasses. As we applaud Brandon and Elise for their commitment to each other and wish them a great journey in life. You're here.